Okay, we're live on StreamYard. Yeah, it says we're public, so we're good to go. And we're live on YouTube as well. There we go. So, all right. So, at the moment, it's just me and you, unless there's some lurkers out there. So, I didn't want to start. I got a couple of topics here, but I was I'm looking at new holsters. I want to I was I was going to throw this out there in the chat, but you know, since nobody's here, we can talk about it. I'm using the. I noticed you got a new firearm. Is that for you or for the lady? The Security 380.
It's gonna be for the kid. So it's
Okay.
legally mine until her paperwork gets approved. So
Yeah.
waiting on that, and not sure how long it's gonna take and all that stuff. So unless for some reason, something changes, I plan to have it transferred over eventually.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, but as you know, I do the EZ 380, and I got it
Yep.
mainly for my hands, the arthritis and stuff. But this
Yep.
year, my hands haven't been as bad as they used to be. Right? Whether I don't know it's the medication or I haven't been shooting enough. But I was thinking of where I was going back to getting a new holster. I was thinking of carrying that big old 357 Magnum revolver. You know, that's what I was. But I mean, I don't know if my hand. I mean, if the situation ever arises, I'm going to need it. I don't think I'm going to worry about how my hands feel. But the problem is I've got to practice with it. That's where the crunch comes. So that's what I'm thinking about nowadays. You know. So anyway, we got two people in the chat. So let me introduce my panelists right now. And sorry, I got an email just as I'm about ready to start. Okay, let me introduce my panelist all the way, or should I say all the way? He's already there. But we got New York Outcast. How you doing?
Doing all right. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us, people.
Yep. Hang on, let me take care of this. It's personal shit. I hate when I'm beginning to hate Wednesdays. But let's oops, let me hang on. I do apologize. Keep talking.
Yeah, it's another day, another show. So hopefully the public's out there to be entertained, and Rick's about to do some cartwheels for us. So
okay,
grab popcorn and hold on.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, took care of. As I said in my poll, I last time I checked it, it was still at 50-50. They either change it or keep it right now, so I'm going to keep it. Because I don't know if you saw my poll about changing the night that I did it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I put it on YouTube, and I just said, should I change the night to either Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday? And I got one keep it where it is, and I got one do it Friday. So, and I say one, then there was actually was it one? That was the first time. Then I think I got more than that now, but it's still 50-50. It's divided between Wednesdays and Fridays right now. So I'll let it. I might repost it to see if I get any more thing on it, but it's like my quizzes. You all hear them, but nobody enters them. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, first in the chat tonight is, I haven't seen him for a while, but he might have been just a lurker, is Raphael is here. He's first in. Then we got Shady Hill Homestead, and that's all that's showing up right now. I know I've been hit and miss the last couple of months here, but I got an excuse. They got here. I tell you what, they got here around 8:30, 8:45 last Wednesday morning, and they didn't leave here till around 6:30, 6:45. Right? Got it all ready. We had the AC cranking, then the power went out. Because, I mean, last week luckily it didn't rain all day Wednesday, but Wednesday evening, the skies opened up. You know, we've had so much rain here, it's unreal. You know, the lakes are flooding, the rivers are flooding. It's we're due another rain for the next 2 days. So, but we've got climate change. It's not climate warming, it's climate change. So there we go. Hey, Mr. Knives, good to see you. But so there we go. I just wanted to say to her what was happening to me last week, and since because the power put me off last week, where were you the week before, Mr. New York Outcast? I had to cover the whole show on my lonesome.
Uh-oh.
I figured you were working or had something going on. You know,
I'm trying to remember, but I don't remember. I know I got held up doing something. So
yeah, I figured that's what it was. You know,
yeah.
But I managed to keep it going for an hour.
Hold it together.
You know, it was all about me. There we go. Anyway, let's talk about this Ruger Security 380 that you have. I've seen two shorts. I don't know how many you did. I saw the one where she shot it and it locked back when it was empty.
Yeah.
What were you doing wrong?
I don't know. I loaded the magazines, tried to use their mag loader they gave me. I honestly had a little trouble with that. It's a little different than the, what is it, Maglua or whatever that I
know
use.
what you're on about.
Yeah, that I use. It works fine. Once you figure it out, it's good. The one they have, there's no like moving pieces. You just press it down, and then you got to kind of pull it partially up and slide around. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but anyway, I struggled a little bit with the mag as far as trying to figure that mag loader out, and ended up loading them by hand, ran them, and they didn't hold back. So I don't know if it's because of me, or you know what I mean, or just because they're brand new, never been ran yet, or what. So as they ran, they started locking back. So
Okay,
I don't know. Yeah, so it's might just be because it's literally brand new. I didn't pre-take shots or nothing. The first shots I ever took were on camera with it. So and it is what it is. So I don't sugarcoat things. So that's what I got. But all in all, I'm actually liking the damn thing. I wouldn't be upset if she, something happened and I got to keep it. So
okay. Now I'm at the Ruger website, and I got the Ruger Security 380 up here, right? I'm assuming because of the state you live in, you got the 10+1.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, they won't let you have the 15+1, will they?
No. Yeah, it came with 2 10+1 mags, plus two two different types of base plates. So I don't necessarily think I was supposed to get both. Basically, it comes with two of the pinky extensions on the mags.
Okay.
That's how it's boxed or whatever. It comes with two, and they threw in a flush mount base plate as well in the box and a mag loader. That's what's supposed to be in it. The first
Okay.
one I was looking at the gun store, the guy went and checked the box. I asked him about flush fit mags, and he said, "Let me check," because usually they put those in or something. And he went and looked, and he said, "No, they weren't in the box." And then when I went back and actually bought it, I got a different one because the guy ordered two in. And I think the first one I looked at was one, and then this is a second one because this box had two of the flush mag mounts in it. So I'm assuming one of those was supposed to be in the other box.
Yeah.
They give you one, but so I don't know. It kind of worked out. So, but yeah, it's pretty decent. So I mean, I think it holds up to the theory where you have a, bigger gun for 38 and or 380 and due to it being a little bigger, there is a lot less felt recoil. So
Yeah.
uh, obviously, we're looking at the Smith and Wessons as well. Initially, that was the first thing that came to mind for somebody with wrist issues, but this was brought up to me. Figured I'd look at it and let her choose what she thought was easier to operate, and she went with the Ruger. So
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I
yeah,
can understand that.
yes, I mean it's to me they were both very close, but honestly that this light rack system to me felt smoother than the Smith and Wesson. I will say I think the quality of Smith and Wesson may be a little better, but it wasn't about me or my preference in a sense. So you know what
Yeah.
I mean. We went with the
Yeah.
Ruger, and honestly, it's so far so good. So
Good.
yeah.
Good.
I'd like to see you try one since you got the Smith and see what you got to say about it because I'm sure there is a slight difference. After purchasing, I've checked out a few videos and this and that, and a lot of people compare them, and there seems to be a little bit of a difference. So
Yeah.
hopefully one day you can try one out and see what you think.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my friend, he's got a Ruger security, but he's got the 9 mil.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And
So
he
yeah,
likes it. You know, he likes it. So yeah, I'll see if I can get the gun store that lets you try them, and I'll see if any of my friends have one that I can try.
yeah, they might.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
what I find strange on this website, the state compliant one, which is what you've got, is is more expensive than the 15 round.
Yep. Yep. They love hitting us for that crap. Like it costs them money to to put a shorter magazine in the box that they make
Yeah,
any, but it costs them money, I guess. So I don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
All in all, I think price was pretty good. It wasn't necessarily a factor. Obviously, I have my own limitations, but between Smith and Wesson, Easy or this, obviously this is a little more affordable. Uh, so
oh, definitely.
when she said she really liked the feel of this one, I wasn't complaining.
No,
So
got your wallet out. Said, "Here you go."
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a bad deal. I gotta say, you
No,
know, it's really not.
even at their full MSRP, ain't bad.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So
And this one, I know we're not supposed to bring up prices per se, but uh, might have been right around 319 stones.
yeah,
before tax. So,
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not
no,
bad.
I mean, especially at a gun shop, in New York, it's really not.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a bit below the MSRP there, which, here when I bought my last, what was it? The Compact 22. I believe I ended up paying more than MSRP for that here in New York. So, and I wasn't surprised.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. No, but it looks like a pretty good gun myself. But as I was saying, I was I'm toying. I mean, why I come up with this? I think it's got to do with, as it happens. I didn't watch it all, but uh, the thumbnail for one of Yankees' videos came across my screen, and he was talking about reliability. And as it happens, I was watching a couple of more gun videos, and two or three people had said a revolver is more reliable than a semi-auto. You know, and they got a point. Double action revolver just pulls the trigger and bang. Yes, I know they can break and go out of time, but to go out of time, you got to put thousands upon thousands of rounds through them. But I was thinking it is. I mean, now where I was going about where like as I think it was Yankee that said it. Where if you want reliability, you're going to choose a revolver. It's a fact, right? And you might say, "Oh no, no, no! I want my gun because it's." I know it's unfortunate because of the state you're in, but you say, "No, I want." I got this criteria. It's got to be reliable, right? It's got to be hammer fired, and it's got to carry at least 15 rounds. Well, to me, that means you put That means you put how much it carries, and that you want it hammer. So you put two items before reliability. So you didn't buy that gun because it was reliable. You bought it because it carried 15 rounds. Because
Well,
if you wanted reliability, you would have got the revolver.
I think that may be a matter of perspective. I mean, yes, in some cases, revolvers may be considered simpler, possibly less parts. I don't really know because when you get into the details, it's hard to say. I'm not a gunsmith, but I will say, either way, they're both mechanical devices. They're both going to have failures at some point. Just what it is. Now, if we knew the magic numbers of what's more common, do you get 100,000 trigger pulls with A versus B or what? I don't know. But then you have to break it down to what does a person consider reliable? One person's definition could be different than another. If it works, every time out of 10,000, that may be considered reliable to somebody. And then again, it might be every time out of 2 million to somebody else. So it's hard to say, but they all have a failure point. Any mechanical device can break. It's just the way things are, you know. So really, it's kind of. I guess it's an argument people can have. I mean, if you really want to argue without some real good information, I don't know.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I don't know how far you can really get with it.
Yeah, but you're going way down the rabbit hole. I was just saying, in general, a revolver is more reliable. And if you choose anything else, you didn't put reliability first. But back to where I was going with this is, so that's what's going through my head lately is to carry my big old 357 with my bad arthritic hands. And I've been looking at holsters for that thing because right now I only take it down. So like I only shoot it at the range type thing. So I don't even have a holster for it. I keep it in the box it came in, and that's how I transport it in the box. So I've been trying to look for a holster for it that I could use.
Anybody that knows you knows that in the end, you just do what the hell you want to do anyway. So I don't know why you're asking us. But I'll just throw it out there now. I'm going to say, no, don't carry the 357, even if your hand does feel better. Because, I mean, if you have to use it, it's going to cost way more money. So you might as well just use your 380 or something, and it's less weight to carry around. So, and then you're going to practice, spend more money, mess your hand up, start bitching, come back here and carry the 380 anyway. So let's, save the money, buy yourself a bucket of chicken, and celebrate.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. Like I said, we all know you're going to do what you want to do.
Yeah, you're right. And I will more than likely keep to the 380. The 380. I was looking at it today. I had it in my hand because I was wiping it down, and I couldn't believe how dirty that damn thing's got. Just sitting in my holster.
Oh yeah,
inside my vest jacket. Because to be honest with you, I haven't fired it for at least a month and a half, and I couldn't believe the amount of crap that was in the inside when I stripped it down, all the crud that was inside the actual body of the thing. I thought, Jesus,
Oh.
So I give it a good clean and put it back together again, and it's looking like brand new still. And I'm thinking, damn, that's a fine looking gun with the gold accents, So, and it is easy on the hands. It really is. You don't even realize you're shooting it, But but I'm also toying with the idea, I watch too many videos. I got too much time on my hands. Is the 380 really going to stop somebody? But I think it would, because the 22 will stop somebody if you do the right placement with it. If you shoot somebody in the head with a 22, they're gonna drop dead. So.
Yeah, I think think there's enough out there you can kind of get an idea, if you start searching into it. But obviously, barrel length makes a difference. What type of ammo?
Oh yeah.
Is it enough for it to actually expand? Is it worth even buying hollow points? There's all these questions and conversations that come up. But from my understanding, as long as you're using higher end ammo, Hornady, probably Federal, HST, so decent ammo, and you have a barrel of at least 3 inches, you should be fairly okay. I mean, is it, gonna hit like a 45, 49? No, it's not gonna hit like that probably, but it should be effective according to Gel, according to other targets. I don't want to say the meat target because I'm not exactly sure if Paul Harrell did it, but I'm sure he did. So, did you check that? Because Paul Harrell might have something on that as well, because I believe he dealt with 38s a little bit. But anyway,
I can check through his thing, but see,
I would think you're okay. I mean, you could do better, but I think you're okay.
Yeah,
good shot placement.
I mean, for my defense ammo, I reload it myself. I don't. For my 380, I reload my own defense ammo, and I use the Lehigh penetrator. It's the one that has, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's the one that looks like a Phillips screwdriver, the bullet. I don't know if it shows up on there or not on the camera. You know, it's so. I mean, that's what I use, and it's a dang. I mean, it's a high end bullet, as you were saying. You know, high end ammo.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just. I mean, the bullets. I was looking because I've only got. I mean, last time I shot it, I do shoot these defense ammos. I normally practice with Full Metal Jacket, but I will fire these. You know, I will empty out my mags of these and and replace them about every 6 to 9 months. And I've only got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. I only got 17 of these left right now, plus 2 mags full. So I need to, and I was looking for the bullets. They're $60 for just 100 bullets.
Yeah.
I
mean, things are crazy. I think that just the straight price of 380 is crazy.
Oh,
I mean, if you set that next to 9mm or something, it's like, what the hell? My goodness, I don't know why. I've always known this, but now I'm buying it, so it's it hurts more. I don't I don't know why it's so damn different. Why the price is where it's at.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's as you said, it's even smaller than a 9mm, and it's more expensive.
Yeah, it don't make any sense.
yeah, I know. It doesn't. But
at least not to me. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I practice with Full Metal Jacket, because it works out cheaper for me to reload it that way.
Have you ran any aluminum case, steel case, or whatever through your?
Yes, I have. Yeah, my M&P eats anything you put in it.
Okay.
And of course, like everybody else, they don't recommend running steel casing through it and shit, but I've done it just to see if it works.
Oh yeah. Well, I think it's should be a thing. You should know if it's going to work or not. Basically, so I think it's a good test. That was the first magazine with the Ruger was steel case. So got a box of each to try out. Is obviously try a few different brands to make sure it runs with everything, or if it's got any problems, figure it out before you're counting on something.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, I did a few. I mean, I bought some store-bought ammo when I first got it. But then I started reloading, and what I use works. So that's what I'm sticking to. I do like my 380. I really do. I must admit, it is a nice shooting gun. Easy to rack, and also, but like you said, like loading the mags on the Easy, the actual mag has that little plastic sort of like button coming out of the side that you can pull down with your fingernail, your thumbnail, which makes it loading a lot easier.
That's probably a win over the Ruger. I'm not saying the Ruger's difficult. I loaded them like I would load a standard mag by hand easily. It wasn't a problem. I didn't have to fight with the last round or anything. But the loader it came with, I don't know what I'm doing with it yet. I don't want to call it junk, but it wasn't helping me out my first time trying it. So I was missing my loader. So.
But I said, I mean, so mine's easy to rack, easy to load. It does. It shoots anything that I put through it, and I'm talking myself back into carrying my 380,
Well, honestly,
I don't need to buy a holster for it because I got one already.
Right.
I
mean, those are the guns I like, ones that'll eat anything, because you get these ammo scares, something dries up, if things ever go bad, whatever the case is, I want my gun to keep running. I don't want it to have problems. So So it bugs me with some of these higher ends where the tolerances are so tight and they're real picky on ammo. It's like, man, if you're not somebody that loads your own ammo, it's you're kind of dependent on what you can get.
Yeah.
It's the gun's only half the tool. You got to have ammo for it.
Mm-hmm. You're right. Right. Oh, not only that, I mean, like I said, I got to buy a new holster for if I was going to carry the 357, but the 380, I said I have to holster for it. Actually, I've got two identical holsters for it. One if I want to carry it on my right side, and one if I want to carry it on my left. It depends how my hands are feeling, or what I feel. Right now, I'm carrying it on the right, but as you all know, I got a bad shoulder, and it's getting harder and harder to pull that back. I can feel it right here, even messing around sitting in my chair here. I can feel it tugging. I don't have that with my left, so I'm thinking about dragging out the old the left hand holster and start wearing it on the left again. But see,
You could start saving your change up, and buy another, maybe a twin or something to complement your first easy with a second easy, and then you have them on each hip, and it don't matter where you're at, you always got one.
Well, you got a point, because they make I'm assuming they still do. I got to look. I got the gold accent, but they also make it with the silver looking accents. So I got to have one of each.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got possibilities. So I'll have to look into that. No, but I mean, like the top of my buy list, what I want to buy is either the suppressor or the 410 lever action shotgun. I haven't forgotten it. The lever action shotgun is, I think, is just above the suppressor. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I think I'll start seeing if I can find one for the price. See, I have to check, see how much they are nowadays. Because last time I was down Dave's gun shop, and the one I wanted, every website I went to said they were only around $500. Right when I got there, he said not $700. And I said, you can keep it. I wasn't going to pay that for it. So I need to look to see how much they're actually going for.
Yes, it's a heck of a jump, $200. I mean, that's worth driving an hour to another gun shop and paying 75 more, 575 or something, and still save a few bucks or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I even went to the actual manufacturer's website when I got home from there, and even the MSRP was only sort of like under 600. And they wanted to charge me almost $700 for it plus tax. I thought, nah, something's wrong. I said something's wrong there.
Yeah.
They were trying. I mean, I said that isn't what I saw on the websites, and they go, "Well, those websites must be out of date." Yeah, I said no, thank you. That's why I never got it when I was talking about it before, because I wasn't willing to pay that price.
Now, did you go down there by yourself, or did you go with your cousin?
I'll go with my buddy Terry. He's my cousin. He is a cousin of mine. I am related to him.
Doesn't say, it could be a different experience depending if you went by yourself or with your cousin. I would assume it would be a better deal with your cousin, but if you just figured you're the new asshole that moved here from Britain or something, then he might be trying to fleece you.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I mean I've bought a few guns down there now, though. You know, I mean I that's where I ordered my uh Uberti single action from him. Oh, got this. I got the 380 from him. I got the 357 from him. I bought my AR-15 from him. So I bought a few guns down there.
Yeah.
You know, I even bought
So
the
you're,
the
you're
the
like
lower.
a few away from getting one for free or something at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah. I even bought the lower for the 308 from him too. You know, that I built. So he gets a lot of my business because I like. I mean, he normally whatever gun you want, he can normally get hold of it. You know, so that's yeah. So I got to start looking again for the 410 lever action. You know, I mean, it wasn't. It was. I can't even think. Oh God, I had the name when we first started talking about it, but it's one of those. I think it one of them. It's made in Turkey. You know what I'm saying? It's not a Henry or anything. So, but it might have gone up now because you know how much did he increase the tariffs on Turkey? You know, but
I don't know. I heard most of the places, granted, I haven't been following it like I should to speak of it, I guess, but I heard most of the places were basically reduced or, close to even out or whatever. It's just China was the problem. And then yesterday there was something in the headline saying China finally broke.
yeah,
And so I don't know if something else is happening now, if the tariff war is over or what the hell's going on. So
yeah,
uh, I did hear another story about people buying stuff on like Temu or something like that, and it's like 18.99 for a dress or some shit, and they put it in a cart, and there was an extra $30 fee for import fees. So it
oh,
ended up, yeah, yeah. So I don't know. That turned out being a story or whatever, but yeah, I personally, I'm a cheap bastard. I'm not buying nothing from Tamu or Wish or
yeah,
I mean, like, so there's a thing, there's such thing as too cheap. Why waste your money in some senses, in my opinion. So,
yeah.
uh, all I hear is bad things about that. Sneakers that last for like 2 days, and once
Yeah, it
we
is
ordered,
cheap shit from Timu. It really
yeah,
is.
a lot of it's mislabeled. I mean, the lady ordered something from somewhere. I'm not exactly sure which one it was, but it's supposed to be like these wall decals, and it looks like actual size stuff. By the time it came in, it was like dollhouse stuff, like
Yeah,
tiny little
yeah,
kid. I mean, it's just a waste of damn time and aggravation. So I don't even bother.
yeah, yeah.
You buy
Um,
good shit, you don't have to buy it as often. I don't know what the problem with that is. So.
what you call it? I this is an emergency. I think I'm gonna have to shut this down because I feel like I'm just about ready to puke. I don't know if it I had a salad tonight too, so I don't know if it was the salad not agreeing with me. And I had hamburgers as well. So I ate early. And I feel like I'm about ready to throw up.
Hopefully somebody didn't poison you.
Yeah, me too. So I'm gonna shut this down early. I do apologize. I'm doing a lousy job of being a host. You know, unless you want to keep it going, why run to the restroom real quick? You know,
That's up to you, Rick. I mean, if
no,
you,
I feel safe with shutting it down because I don't know how long I'm gonna be. You know,
all right,
so,
yeah, I don't have controls
so
or anything either. So
I
yeah,
do apologize, everybody, but I got to shut down. I'm about ready to. I'm trying to hold it down. I'm gonna just shut her down and go. All right. I'll say. I'll talk to you later, Rob, with email or something.
okay,
All
yep.
right.
All
So
right, take
I'm
care,
sorry,
people.
everybody. See you next week. Bye.
Take care, Rick.
Yeah, thanks.